motorcycle mechanic who has worked a great deal on Knievel's bikes over the years. It's really difficult to say for sure whether Knievel will go on this run or not. A man from Butte, Montana. Began a life that could have led to imprisonment. He admittedly was a bad kid, as he puts it, and all of a sudden he said, I knew that the way I was going, I had to change, or I was in for a lot of trouble. Started out as a professional semi-pro hockey player, went into rodeo work, went into daredevil tricks, and we cannot tell you whether he will go this time out. No, he pulls up, and he will not go this time again. One more look. Of course, he has had many successful jumps, but he has had many that have not been so successful. There was a time in Carson City, Nevada, when he nearly suffered fatal injuries. And then, of course, that memorable jump at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas in 1968. The thumb went up, indicating that this time it will be go. Again, John Hood is there with Evel Knievel, discussing whatever you discuss at this moment. Evel Knievel is very intense. We talked to him a few moments ago before he came out of the van. And his total concentration now is getting that bike off the approach ramp and onto the landing ramp. And he's not hesitating. He'll go.
The motorcycle right in half, Frank.
Boy, it did come apart, didn't it?
Oh, I hit hard. I know. Man,
let me just slip around on this side.
Oh, where'd I land? Just a little short. That's on number 14. I don't care.
Just a little short.
I did it, and that's the way it is. I almost came over backwards, but I'm walking away from it. Great show. Thank you, Dad.
Can we talk to you about your thoughts?
Yes.
We can just turn you around to our handheld here.
All I can tell you is that thank you. You know, I landed on number 14. I didn't get all the way across it. This motorcycle is the finest machine in the world as far as I'm concerned. It broke in half, but it held me up, and all I can say is thanks to number one, thanks to Harley Davidson. You've been so good to me through the years. I would like to tell all of you something, though, that I want you to take on a serious thought. You saw this motorcycle with the front end high in the air, and if a man is a real professional, he has to realize that he cannot go beyond the point of no return, and a motorcycle is not an airplane. It doesn't have wings on it. I am going to continue to perform throughout this country and throughout the world with my sons, and I hope that I'll be successful at doing it. But as far as I'm concerned, I have jumped far enough. Today, I'm going to walk away from here with you, and I hope to come back and see you here at Kings Island again. And I hope to walk back and walk away again for year after year after year. And I feel that's being a professional. That's what I'm going to do.
Abel, you have to be a little bit relieved. I know how tight you were, how tense you were, although you made some really good practice jumps this afternoon. We're going to take a look at it on replay, and you perhaps tell us where it went right, where it went wrong. It never goes wrong when you make it, does it?
Well, Frank, you can see here the whole side of the motorcycle is busted up, and when I came off a takeoff, I was a little bit crooked. I tried to get straightened up. The horsepower dragged just a little bit, but boy, it came on strong. When I got up in the air, I felt the front end come just straight up and almost underneath me and go over backwards, and I thought, oh boy, the same thing's going to happen that happened, but Look at that front end. I almost lost it, but boy, that suspension held. I lit right on top of that 14th bus and went on down and landed okay. And right there, I'm saying, boy.
We'll take another angle, another look at it from another angle, Evil, and
I don't think I've ever had the front end so high, Frank.
You and I'll see it, but at least our audience can see it. And it probably was the highest you've ever hit that front end without...
I'd have gone another 3 feet. It looped over backwards on me, so I'm glad it came down when it did. You know, I hit the takeoff ramp. Roger Raymond is my tuner. He's won Daytona more than any man in the world, and Roger fixed this thing so to go as fast as it'd go, and he said to me before I left, remember, it's a motorcycle that don't have wings. It'll fly only as far as you can will it, and I'm glad it came down because it was just ready to come over backwards, but we hung on to it, and we got it done, and I've had some great help through the years, Frank, I'll tell you that.
Let's ask you one more time, Evil. Now, you said you would continue to jump, but that's it in terms of distance.
I have jumped far enough. I don't, under any circumstances, want to jump any further. I will continue around the country with safety shows with these vehicles that I have, and I'll do everything that I can to try and make a contribution to the youth of this country. I think I have a tremendous responsibility, Frank, and
you have quite a following. Let's have a look at this, Evil. What is this, a little artistry that you've come up with?
This gas tank was done for me by a friend of Roger's named George Seidlack. You can see the chuckles and the $200 bills, and the gas tank says, "Are you man enough, big and bad enough?" And color me Lucky and Evil, and Harley Davidson's on it, and I'll tell you, I'm very proud of it. He did color it Lucky, and I made it okay.
Indeed you did, Roger. I had just a chance to visit with you just before the jump. You got to be proud of the happening.
Well, I am, Frank. Everything went the way we wanted to. We kind of broke the back of the motorcycle a little bit, but...
I'm tough from this iron. I'm tough from this iron, Roger.
I have to tell you that.
We're going to take one more look at it, Evil, if you want to see it one more time from this other angle.
Look here. It got a little bit crossed up on takeoff because of the power. But there it comes past that Eiffel Tower, and down she goes, and boy, I'll tell you, it landed with that front end on that number 1. I couldn't have asked for a more perfect jump. Frank,
it was a beauty.
I'm satisfied. I don't want to do it again. If you missed it...
And I don't want to watch you do it again.
Frank, I'd like to say something before we get off the air. You've been a friend and a great guy for my backbone when maybe I didn't have it. I want to thank you personally for it.
Glad to be with you.
Okay.